And it was a night where the star players of the Rangers performed as such. And, you know, we talked before the game about the importance of Artemi Panarin returning to a place where he scored 55 goals in 2 seasons, putting more shots on goal, attempting more shots, and maybe breaking through the mold of not having a 5-on-5 goal all year. And it was Artemi Panarin with 2 goals who led the way offensively.
He had more 5-on-5 offense in this game than he's had the entire season. And that's just the way it is. But you know what? Message received from Artemi Panarin. He knew what the message was from the coaching staff. He had 4 days to think about this. Everybody prepared for this game. And they were able to close it out because the stars were the stars. They all stepped up, and big credit to him because it hasn't been going his way this year. I mean, you know, he hasn't had the offense coming off of his stick unless it's been a pass, but a big part of the offense, again, in Columbus tonight is coming 200 feet away from the offensive net with Fox. Kakko makes a play here to keep this play alive to Strome, and now it's Strome, Panarin, Fox. You've got 3 Rangers, 2 Columbus players back, and they're turning the wrong way. And you got to like the fact that Strome sees the trailer. This is predictable for Strome to see Fox. He's always in this position. And anybody else is shooting right now, but it's a patented slip pass from Fox to Panarin. And Panarin waits up in his spot there. When he stops on that dot and looks for offense, he scores. Same idea, Lindgren, Fox, Strome's down low, and I like the fact that he airmails this one. He didn't really have a play to middle because Kakko was guarded pretty tightly there in the middle of the ice. And Panarin, he makes a smart play here. On net. It's a disruptive shot, too. It's got a bit of bounce to it, and it falls, so it's hard for Merzlikins to control it. Strome is quickly on the puck, and speak about the fact that he's on the puck and disrupting. And now you watch Panarin again, middle of the ice, but Merzlikins never gets his hand back on his stick, and he's got it at the top of his shaft there. He never gets back into position, but everything that led up to that play, I think it makes the goalie feel very rushed, very forced. And his play was a little bit erratic at points because the Rangers were putting that pressure on him and doing it the right way. Look, the way that Panarin was playing for the last couple of weeks, he would have stopped at the offensive blue line and tried to make an east to west play there.
Right.
Gets it to the net. Now everybody knows where it's going, and if you want to talk about defensive adjustments the team made this week, they made some offensive, instinctive adjustments, and they were simplified in their approach, and they reaped the benefits.
In his previous 2 games before tonight, Artemi Panarin did not have a shot on goal and only had 5 attempts. He had 6 on goal among 11 attempts tonight, scores twice, big part of the Ranger offense. Another big part, another guy who had 2 goals, and that's Chris Kreider. Elvis Merzlikins has had a phenomenal start to his season in Columbus, but he's played 2 games against the Rangers and has allowed 9 goals. He's played 5 games against the rest of the league and has allowed 8 goals.
Right.
And of the 9 he's allowed against the Rangers, 4 have been to Chris Kreider.
It might be a false read for the Ranger fans that are watching him and thinking, oh, he's not that good. No, he's that good. He even stole a few goals in the 3rd period. This game could have been out of reach. He is a gamer, and he had a game. But you go back to seeing Kreider in the front, and I'll tell you what, Elvis knows. He knows who it is in front of him. He doesn't have to see the numbers on the back. As soon as Kreider presents his stick, he knows who it is, and he's making plays in front of him. And it goes back to the first game when these 2 teams met, and it's the same goal. It's a deflection goal, in tight, to the left of the goaltender, and he loses the play. He loses Kreider. There was a lot of chirping in that game, and that wasn't forgotten. You fast forward to tonight, same idea, same spot. Kreider making the goalie bite a little bit. Doesn't chirp him here, though. John doesn't have anything to say. I was waiting for it. Kreider didn't bring it there. But same idea, though. Follow up the net, and he goes weak side post here. Once again, you kind of live and die by the fact that, do you want Zibanejad to shoot that, or are you okay if Kreider receives that play on the doorstep? What if Zibanejad doesn't connect that pass? Is everybody upset about him not shooting? This is the yin and the yang of the offense the Rangers do have because they're going to hit the tic-tac-toe play. Gerard Gallant said it this week. It's hard. You want to tell everybody to shoot all the time? And there was places in the game this evening that you could see the Rangers were shooting, and it was a planned shot. But that pass there, I mean, these guys know they can make it.
Yeah, Kreider now with 11 goals, an NHL leading 7 on the power play. Clearly against Kreider, Elvis is all shook up. I'll be here all week. Then when it came, another thing we talked about in the pregame show, among the puns, was the defense contributing offensively. Yep. And the guy who did that and stepped forward tonight, Obviously, Adam Fox did because he had 2 assists, and he does that almost every game. But Jacob Trouba made 2 plays tonight, one to set up a goal and one to score a goal that also were incredibly important.
I give him a lot of credit for his intent offensively. Everything that he was doing was really pushing the play because he wasn't going to let this game slip. Now, don't forget, this is coming after a goal that Shesterkin wasn't happy with, but he's pounding it on net, and you stay on him here because his pinch makes the play. He gets the puck in twice, but he comes up and he reroutes himself around the blue line, and now he dives down. And this is a smart play that now gets the finish from Kreider that this play doesn't happen if he retreats here off the blue line. He's aggressive. He had the right intent, smart pinch, and then he dives down here. And I'll tell you what, John, I love this play because if Gaudreau just wraps the puck here, if Gaudreau wraps the puck and takes it to in the net, it's a low percentage play, whereas Leakins is going to freeze it. It's as good as a giveaway. But when players are below the goal line, it's really smart for everybody to read off of him, and that's what Trouba does. He sees that he's coming around the net there, and he dives down and he makes himself a passing option. That's a play that I like to see. That shows me that these guys, they're reading off one another. They know how to create offense. It's a really smart play for Trouba to see it, but also for Gaudreau to know not to take it to the net there. Look for the pass first.